Good morning, folks. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels, and we're going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we do, I have to just address some fuckery that was done to my channel. YouTube determined on one of my lives that I said incorrect information in regards to vaccines. I did no such thing. Most of the people who watch my channel follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, and follow me on wrongplanet.org know for a fact that I rail against anti-vaxxers and anyone with the idiotic idea that the MMR vaccine causes autism. It does not. In fact, I state the very true fact that the reason why you saw the raise in numbers starting circa 94 was back in 1994. That was when Asperger's was entered in to the DSM-4, in which, as you see the spectrum beginning to widen, you saw an influx of people being diagnosed with it. Because there was now more awareness of people who were being diagnosed with it, who were beforehand falling through the cracks and being misdiagnosed as other things, I being one such individual. I stated these facts on one of my lives, which was then targeted for a strike against my channel. It's ridiculous to lump me in with the anti-vax crazies who sit there and state with their whole goddamn chest false information. Individuals who are a special kind of nasty and actually attacked me back on Wrong Planet and threatened my family. Threatened violence against my family, and you're going to lump me in with these people. To say I'm pissed would be an understatement. Stating what a fringe group believes does not mean I endorse their crazy. I actually go out of my way to show that it's pseudoscience and then explain where that influx of numbers comes from. I have done so on other lives, like Les's channel, for example, where one such individual decided to spam the chat. This is ridiculous. YouTube relies on bots and algorithms to put strikes on channels that don't deserve it and did nothing wrong. Get a human to start viewing these things. Because when all you look for is fucking buzzwords, and then strike a channel that rails against this kind of stupid, some of us are going to get angry. Okay? I have stated on numerous videos how deeply I loathe these individuals and have stated clearly how, due to their stupid, diseases have been brought back that were almost annihilated. Check yourselves. All right? It's bullshit and you know it, YouTube. Maybe you should do something about all those herd stands that like to attack us on a semi-regular basis and mass flag channels over bullshit. Or film themselves while doxing someone and swatting them, scaring their children. Oh no, but we're going to attack me. Alright, folks. Moving on. We're mass loading for 2 more videos so that we can be done for this week. In the description box, you're going to find the link to the article that the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read. It is written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by Autistics for Autistics, wherein they interviewed and surveyed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's quote-unquote behavioral modification program. Matter of fact, the JRC doesn't want you to read this article so bad, they have threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic has refused, so you know the drill, folks. Please read that article and share on all your social media. You also see LinkedIn NeuroClastic's public statement in regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding, folks, in case the JRC actually has the balls to see through with their threat. We also got the pertinent links to the Agape boarding school situation. Agape boarding school is a Christian-themed boarding school based out of Stockton, Missouri that has and pending over 21 claims, allegations, and civil lawsuits leveled against it, all which have been corroborated with hard evidence by the investigations done by the Missouri Department of Social Services that include the following: rape, sodomy, sexual assault, child abuse, psychological and emotional abuse, child trafficking and starvation, and that's just for starters. We've got one former staff member arrested by the FBI, another a doctor still on premises with full access to the kids, up on multiple, again, substantiated claims of sodomy, rape, and sexual assault of the boys there. You've got an attorney general who can't be bothered to do his job, and a governor hyped up on a power trip from hell. So, folks, you know what to do. Share those links. Don't forget to share and sign the change.org Shut Agape Boarding School Down petition. We got the pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign as well, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, Jennifer Masumba's behavioral sheet of shockable offenses, a clip out of the 7-hour ordeal undergone by Andre McCollins back in 2002, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. When we discuss the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of peoples with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please go ahead and use your headphones, all right? This channel is marked not for children for a reason. We use a profanity and we discuss dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and watching this channel, parental supervision is advised. Trigger warning, we are about to descend into the mad ravings of a lunatic mind known as Dr. Matthew Israel. You're going to hear lies, horrifically bad takes, gaslighting, victim blaming, blaming the advocates, of course, just complete pseudoscience insanity. Pseudoscience! Note it, YouTube bots. Alright, so be prepared for that, okay? I just had to address that insanity because I'm fucking angry that I was leaped in with those bunch of nut bars, okay? Never lump me in with those bastards. Never issue a strike until you have a human view the content. Okay, although JRC uses adversives with a minority of its students, lie! 25% is not a minority, JRC. It's actually a pretty big number. Again, your math doesn't work. The primary procedures relied upon at JRC are use of positive rewards and educational procedures. Let's go over those. Their idea of positive behavioral reinforcement is stick and carrot. It does not in any way reflect upon positive behavioral reinforcement whatsoever. It's their own bastardized version of it. What they do is, if you behave, you get a 5 minutes in the ball pit. Or a pizza party. Dude, some of these kids are fucking 21. Seriously? And then, if you don't behave, you get tortured, starved, sleep deprived. I could go on. Let's also talk about those bizarre ass behavioral rehearsal lessons where you'll have staff jump out and frighten and traumatize and seek to trigger a behavior. Literally, if this kid is not having the behavior that they were thrown into the school for, they will force them to have it and then punish them for it. Sounds great, right? Yeah. Let's talk about your educational procedures. We know for a fact, JRC, that you do not meet the criteria even of your own fucking state in order to get these kids, when they leave your hellhole, leaving with a high school degree. Matter of fact, I know from survivors that they have had to pursue a GED once leaving your hellhole. Therefore, that means your educational procedures are complete bullshit. If someone has to go and attain a GED because your so-called school does not meet the criteria in order for that person to graduate with a high school degree, what are you even fucking doing? But let's read on here. JRC has gone to extraordinary lengths to have a rich, powerful program of positive rewards and educational procedures available to motivate the students to improve their behaviors. Do you take any insight from the students, doctor? Because I'm going to say no. Does any of your wards actually reflect on the desires of the people there? When you take a hobby, like Jennifer Masamba playing the piano, you take it away from them and then show it. Well, you get to play the piano if you act neurotypical for such amount of time. That's not rich and powerful. That's you taking... In fact, that even goes against the grain of most programs. Most programs, when a full, proper functional assessment is done, is to build on the strengths, not take them away. If you have an autistic who is uniquely talented in music, it should become a focal point to encourage that and build on that strength. In fact, in the program that I was a part of, you would take that strength and use that strength as a mean to help in other areas where you're not doing so great. Where you would form, social outings that involved music, going out with maybe neurotypical peers to go see a concert, or maybe taking them out in a public outing to go get some sheet music and discuss things with the people there. You know what I'm saying? Using the hobbies, using the strengths to build in other areas where you're not doing so great. If you have an area of hyper focus and instead of taking it away, you build it on it and you use it as a means to work in other areas you're not so great in, which is what they did with me, I might add. You get in a situation, I can go out in public. I can interact with the public. I can go out to concerts and not have a complete meltdown. And you want to know why that is, doctor? Because one of my strengths was music. And the people who were a part of my person-centered planning plan knew that and used that to work in other areas that I wasn't doing so great in. That's what the power is of a full, actual, functional assessment instead of just focusing on the goddamn negatives can do. Right? Say you got a kid who with autism, they're obsessed with D&D. I can't even tell you how many social opportunities are just embedded right there. Right there. I've used some of them, doctor. You wouldn't believe the changes. No torture required. But let's go ahead here. Currently, JRC's powerful and varied reward program is, to our knowledge, unequaled in any residential or day program. My God, again, don't break your arm patting yourself on the back, doctor. Matter of fact, your rewards are fucking pathetic. As someone who worked in the field and is also autistic, your reward program is a fucking joke. You want to know who provides pizza parties as a reward, doctor? Elementary schools. Ball pit time to someone who's 21 years old. Your rewards aren't even age appropriate because you don't view us as full-fledged adults. You view us as children the entirety of our goddamn lives. And if you want to know how tired we are of that shit, take a look at my face right now. We are done with being infantilized and treated like children our entire fucking lives. If a person with a disability is an adult, you should treat them like an adult. Doing anything else is infantilizing, condescending, and just rude as hell. Okay? Your program is a joke. But what about the other day programs? Some of them don't even use rewards because they're not into infantilizing people with disabilities. Shocker. Shocker. Let me tell you about day programs. Again, someone who worked in the field. The biggest one is in my local city, and it's ran by ARC. ARC, who is 100% against you, and the largest by far provider of people of various ages of developmental disabilities in the United States, bar none. Let's talk about their one particular day program that they have here in town. Many of people who attend these day programs, which they're not going to fucking tell you about, are adults. We're talking varying ages from 19 all the way to 60 years old. They use what I call age-appropriate rewards. So what are those, you might ask? Maybe it's going out to go see a movie. Maybe it's to go hang out and watch a concert downtown and have a beer and a meal. Maybe it's going out to the mall during Christmas time to shop if you can't drive. Let's also talk about these day programs. They are built for adults, and therefore the educational things are geared towards adults. These day programs include cooking classes, teaching others how to handle their money and how to do billing, teaching individuals how to take care of their health care. Amazing, right? It also have classes for these folks to learn how to file for Social Security and food stamps if necessary. And let's face it, with the hell my state has gone into, they're necessary. These day programs are created for, and therefore all their programs are created for adults, not children. There are younger day programs. One of the biggest out here is we call it DCO, Developmental Center of the Ozarks. These are more for the younger kids. They have after-school programs, and during the summers, they have day programs. People from various ages that are from toddler all the way up to 18 years. I've observed these programs through DCO. They have, again, age-appropriate rewards and educational programs. In fact, they have one of their consumers, run the snack program, where an individual could pay for a snack. and be able to eat it during one of their break times. Age appropriate, folks. Teaching life skills based on the level of where an individual is that is suitable for their particular age group. And guess what, doctor? These individuals do have a variety of different disabilities. There's autism, Down syndrome, Angelman, cerebral palsy. There's ADHD, dyslexic, and the help and education that goes with that. All kinds of various developmental disabilities. They don't torture them at DCO. But how do they handle the behaviors? They're not teaching them to handle it. JRC wants you to believe if the focus is not 100% only on the behaviors all the time, that it fails. And that if it's not focused on the behaviors and the torture and rewards, it's never going to work. That's a lie. I've seen it work. In person. Okay? Please spare me your bullshit. Places like DCO, NOVA, and ARC deal with a large, massive group of individuals of varying disabilities at various levels. They have successfully treated through the various different 1,000 types of treatment programs out there, numerous consumers year after year after year. There are people who come out of DCO, NOVA, and ARC who are more advanced as far as being able to take care of themselves and live on their own than your average neurotypical high school student graduating. I'm going to say that again for the idiots in the back. These programs, age-appropriate programs, and day schools and day programs ran by places like Centers for Independent Living, ARC, NOVA, Easter Seals, all these groups, in actuality prep the student to the point that they are actually more ready than their neurotypical peers when they graduate from high school. And the JRC wants you to believe that's not impossible. That can't be true. They can't be as severe as our students. And come to DCO sometime, Dr. Israel. Come to DCO one time. Not to spout your bullshit, but to simply keep your mouth shut and observe. Okay? I dare you. Come watch the ARC day programs. Come watch the group homes through Burrell, through ARC, through Easter Sales. Do you have any idea how many people that those programs serve? Way more than your student population at the JRC. Okay? Among the rewards and the rewards facilities the JRC makes available are these. Here we go. Now we're going to get back to the horrible acid trip. I'm going to save this for the next video because I might just vomit. Alright, folks. So let's break this down. Again, Dr. Israel is attacking programs that he does not understand, because he has completely closed his mind off to anything else other than his own bullshit rhetoric. That is very obvious here. He continues to tout his bizarre, insane, infantilizing yellow brick road reward system and his bad acid trip rewards area as the peak of all the reward systems and all the programs anywhere. It's a joke. It's not age appropriate. It's asinine as hell. Asinine as hell. It's the equivalent of getting tickets when you play a game at a county fair and then you go get a stuffed animal. Okay? It's not age appropriate. Doesn't really teach anything other than how to mask. It's just downright stupid. And then he proceeds to attack programs that he does not understand, nor has he visited, nor has he spoken to. You know how he sits there and say, but you've never come here, you've never went on the tour, you've never taken a tour of ARC, or DCO, or NOVA, or Easter Seals, or any of the millions, literally millions of programs, day programs, and group homes that they run. You're literally talking about something you have not the first clue about. Let's close on that. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few that we do get do tend to get removed from time to time. So please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this morning. And as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye, everyone.